The afro hair, dark, kinky, coily, coarse, dense, and voluminous. This is the nature of the African hair in its original form, and a crown of glory for the African man and woman. In this Afro Hair series, we will embark on the evolution of African hair from time immemorial when our ancestors traded the earth to the present day in our existing generation. And even though there have been many conversations with regards to the importance of appreciating as well as embracing our Afro hair as a crown of glory, still I do believe that every generation should be educated on the sacredness of our hair, the spiritual roots of our hair, but most of all, the God-given purpose for our hair. Hello guys, and welcome once again to this channel where we talk about all things African, be it music, art, fashion, politics, culture, and the African populace in general. My name is Betty and I am that African social butterfly. Before we venture onto today's topic, I kindly ask that you like, share, and subscribe to this channel because your continuous support is much appreciated. So thank you and God bless. Once upon a time, long before Africa was considered as a continent and before the foreigners partitioned the motherland, Africans were loud and proud about their natural beauty, wearing their hair in different hairstyles, whether in braids or locks, whether a short cut or an afro mane. Their hair was one way, all natural. No chemicals, no straighteners, no wigs, no weaves, no palms, just good old nappy hair like the good Lord created it to be. And speaking of God, He is the sole reason for the beauty of our African hair. God also created so many different types of hair, all good. However, our focus today is on the African hair. Now, when God created man from the dirt of the earth and breathed life into him, He made sure to grow beautiful hair on his head. And as you all know that everything God made was good, including man's hair, for man's hair was a covering of his most sacred organ, his head. And if a man's head is sacred, his hair too is sacred, no matter the texture of the hair. Yet many Africans desire to know why God created our hair with kinks and freezes. Why did God create the African man with the nappy hair? But who really knows the mind of God? The scriptures do not give us a detailed synopsis of why the Afro hair was given to the African man. Yet we may speculate the reasons as to why God made the Afro hair to be coily and coarse. Perhaps God created the Afro hair so that it may shield man from the African sun. Or maybe God created the Afro hair because of the genetics of the African man. So the DNA of the African man is eternally wired to produce Afro hair as God intended it to be. Another reason for the Afro hair could be that its coarse texture makes it beneficial to create diverse hairstyles. And these hairstyles do make for a glorious head crown. I do believe that God wanted Africans to create artistic creations with their natural hair. And Afro hair does produce a lot of eye-catching hairstyles, all for our glory. The point of all this is to say that your Afro hair was meant to beautify you in various of ways, no matter how you rock it. And as an African myself, I'm okay with the knowledge that my Afro hair is indeed my crown of glory. And this is what we need to teach every African and future generations on how to appreciate their God-given hair, to embrace it as sacred, and to wear it as a crown of jewels, just like our ancestors did. Nevertheless, not many of us Africans wear our hair with pride, and not many of us Africans believe that our hair is indeed sacred. We have not been conditioned to love our hair. Because of modernity and the commercialization of European hair marketed to the African people did change the way Africans perceived their natural hair. And throughout post-colonial Africa, the Afro hair was considered as unkempt and attractive due to its nature. And as the world embraced the straight European hair, many Africans chose to embrace the wave of rocking the straight European type of hair. Hair that is straight, smooth, shiny, and lengthy. So therefore, with aggressive marketing of straight hair phenomenon, many hair care companies cashed in on this hair wave, targeting Africans and their insecurities and raking in big money on the sale of hair care products to the African market. These hair care product companies even created wigs and weaves targeted at Africans in order that Africans hide their natural God-given hair under these wigs and weaves. And take note that these beauty companies never did market the African hair up until recently, when some African innovators decided to market the African hair and endorse the African hair as beautiful and therefore marketable for the African population. And at this point, I speak to all you Africans out there with all humility and respect when I say that you have the freedom to rock your hair however you want to, because it's your God-given right to wear your hair just the way you like it. However, I also urge you to embrace your real hair with pride and wear it with a purpose of beauty and creativity. I say this because the commercialization of European straight hair to the African people, accompanied by aggressive marketing of hair straightening products, has done a lot of damage to the African hair, making the African hair weak, dry, brittle, and full of breakage. Not to mention the potential side effects of hair relaxers that led to permanent hair loss, a condition known as alopecia, of which many African men and women suffer due to the misuse or chronically use of chemicals in relaxers, chemicals such as sodium hydroxide or calcium hydroxide that can damage hair and scalp, leading to breakage and thinning, in some cases scarring alopecia or scarring hair loss. Listen, my people, and kindly listen and listen good. We are now living in the 21st century, whereby many people have the freedom of self-expression, and therefore we can rock our hair the way we want. However, do not destroy your crown of glory, which is your natural hair, because society prefers you with straight hair over your natural hair. And even if you can afford to look good by straightening your hair, yet the long-term effects are damaging and irreversible. And as you Africans continue to fund these hair dynasties with your hard-earned money, making them richer and richer, while you destroy your crown day by day, my people, please do not continue to damage your hair crowns. You do not have to. And many people do not perceive you to be beautiful with your natural hair. But believe me when I say, you are beautiful just the way you are. You do not need to straighten your hair or invest in expensive weaves to look good, because much as your hair makes you look good, what makes you look even better is when you wear your self-esteem on high. It's when you accept yourself for who you are. It's when you are content with who you are. It's when you thank God for everything He gave you, because there's a purpose for which God gifted you with that afro hair. And I want my African sisters especially to hear this message and hear me well. Your hair is your gold crown, and therefore you must wear it with pride. You must take care of it and do not allow anybody to tell you otherwise. At this point, I would like to share an interesting story with you all. There is this opulent social media influencer on YouTube who is also of African descent, and she has a very big platform with millions of subscribers who listen to her and follow her beauty trends everywhere. So she was hosting a party for her many friends at this particular time, and so she made an announcement that none of her guests were allowed at her party with nappy hair. In fact, this is what she said on her platform about her party to many impressionable young women, that if you have an invite to my party, do not come with your nappy hair because I will chase you away. Ladies and gentlemen, I was shocked. What she said shocked me, but not as much as what her subscribers were commenting on her chat, because her followers agreed with her 100% and promised to show up at her party looking presentable in their Brazilian weaves, plastic nails, and heavy makeup in order to feel accepted. And this social media influencer is a 20-something-year-old who confessed to never taking off her weaves in public, because God forbid that anyone should see her nappy hair. And this is so very sad. But where do you think she got this mindset from? And who taught her to hate her natural hair? I'll share my honest opinion of this sad story. I don't think that her role models growing up ever bothered to let her know just how beautiful she is. How she never needed to hide her natural hair under a bunch of synthetic hair weaves just so that she may feel beautiful outside, because she doesn't feel beautiful inside. I honestly feel so sad for this young social media influencer, for the fact that she hates her real hair, because her wigs and her weaves look better on her head. That's very sad. And that's why I created this video, to let you, all you, my beautiful sisters, know that you are beautiful with your afro puff and your nappy heads. I do appreciate how my dear mother made me embrace my natural hair. For every time I tried to convince her to straighten my hair as a teenager, she loudly and categorically said no. And she always asked me, why do you want to ruin your hair? Why do you want to ruin your hair? And I did not understand why she denied me the chance of straightening my own hair, just like my childhood friends did. But as I grew older, I understood better as to why she insisted on my hair remaining as natural as possible. My mother wanted me to grow and appreciate my natural beauty, and my hair in particular. And it's for this reason that I thank my mother for making me appreciate my natural hair. So thank you, Mom, and may your soul rest in eternal peace. And now that I have a daughter, one who is very impressionable, therefore I have my work cut out for me to mentor my daughter on the need to embrace her natural beauty. Hence, I make sure to mentor her each and every day in small practical steps, and yes, I'm doing my best. Fortunately for me, I'm surrounded by many African women who rock their hair natural and loving it, who are role models for both me and my girl, and that in itself is a blessing. And it all starts with unconditional love for ourselves. Unconditional love is what we need, my people. Self-love should be our life's greatest mission. And unconditional love should be our purpose. Once you learn to love yourself unconditionally, your beauty starts to radiate within and begins to flow around you, that even your hair becomes healthy and strong as your self-love grows. As for me, I do wear my hair all natural, and my choice of hairstyle is natural locks. I do love my dreadlocks and how they make me look and feel like a queen. I hope that this message has inspired all of you to embrace your natural hair. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And until the next time, this is Betty wishing you all a blessed hair day. Amen.